Good morning, everyone, and happy National Veteran Small Business Week. Here at OE3, at the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, we are excited to have joined all of you all this week in a 3-day series, webinar series that is, on supporting veteran-owned businesses throughout the state of Illinois. Tuesday, we had Thrivent with us, who talked with us about financial institutions and financial resources for veteran-owned businesses. Yesterday, the City of Chicago certification program, as well as Business Assumers Department, joined us and described and talked with us about being certified in the City of Chicago. Today, I am excited to welcome and have us joined by Wisconsin Women Business Development Initiative Corporation. Again, Wisconsin Women's Business Development Incorporation. They serve the states of Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Today we have Illinois Director Keith Murphy with us, talking about all of the programs and resources and services provided by WWBIC for veterans throughout the state of Illinois. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming and turning it over to Keith Murphy.
Thank you so much, Markel. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the DCEO for allowing me this opportunity to share some information about a very vital program that is very important to our veteran community. It's called the Boost to Business program. But before I get into that program, I just want to kind of share a little information about what will be taking place today and what will be going on in this webinar. Our objective is to provide an overview of the entrepreneurial process, what it means to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to make this very conversational, even though there may not be anyone to conversate with per se. But if you do have any questions, comments, or even rude remarks, I will still take those as well. And Markel will be taking notes as well. So if you put something in the chat, we can talk about that later at a different time. And I'll also leave my email information as well. So we'll be looking at how you can transfer your military skills into entrepreneurship. So the Boost to Business program, and let me first start a back up and look at that from this perspective. The Wisconsin Women Business Initiative Corporation is the host organization for the SBA Small Business Administration program called VBOC. The VBOC stands for Veteran Business Outreach Center. There are over 32 different veteran business outreach centers throughout the U.S. They serve veterans of all ages and of all eras and spouses. So as long as you have served at any time in the military, we're here to help you if you're interested in starting or growing your own small business. The program is designed to give you a 30,000-foot view of what business ownership is like. And so with that, we have training that we provide in what's called the Boost to Business program, which is what we're going to take a look at in just a moment. And then we also provide coaching and counseling, and we provide you access to resources and resource providers who can help you as well, coaches and counselors. And all of the services that are provided for the veterans are at no charge. So I want you to keep that in mind as we go through this particular portion of the VBOC program, which is called Boost to Business. And allow me just to clarify real briefly that Boost to Business is taught on military installations to those individuals that are transitioning from the military into civilian life. And when it's taught on the installation to active duty members, it's called Boost to Business. When we teach it to individuals that are no longer serving active duty, then it's called Reboot or Reboots to Business. Same program, just a different title. So I'll be referring to the program as a whole as Boost to Business. So Boost to Business is an introduction to entrepreneurship course. Just like I stated, it gives you 30,000-foot view of business ownership, what it's like to own a business, what it's like to get it started. It consists of 7 different modules. I'm not going to go over all of the modules today. Today, I'm just going to go over one of the modules. So what the topics include is, what is entrepreneurship? We go over that module. And actually, you can take this course online. We offer it every Thursday. If you want more information, I'll give you my email address where you can reach me. But it's taught every Thursday online from 11:30 to 12:30. And we go over what is entrepreneurship. That's one of the modules. We discuss what is an idea versus a business opportunity, how to do market research, understanding your customer and understanding your industry. We talk about the economics of small business as well as selecting the correct legal structure. How should I set up my business? Should I be do I need a LLC? Should I set up as a C corp or S corp? What does all of that mean? And we also have various instructors that come in. We have legal experts that come in and economic experts that come in to share this information with you. Then we talk about financing your venture because you've got to have money if you're going to get your business started. Where does that money come from? Then we talk about business planning and SBA resources for you. So we'll take a look at what is entrepreneurship, connecting service to business ownership, then understanding paths to business ownership. Now, it's a lot of information, but I'm not going to bore you with PowerPoint to death, per se. We'll go over the information, I'll get it out to you, and then you can follow back up with me at any time. Because of the nature of the webinar, I'm not sure if all of the videos will be able to play, if you'll be able to see them. And if not, I'll explain to you what they are. So let's take a look at this first video. I believe, Markel, are you still there?
I am.
Okay. If the video plays, just let me know and just say yes. And if it doesn't, then just say no. So let me see if I can get this video to play. And it kind of talks about what starting a company is like.
Okay. If we don't see the video,
Okay, you're not able to see the video?
no.
Okay. All right, thanks. So then I'll move on. What the video was, so I'll let that lets me know that the video won't play. So
If you can you actually click the PowerPoint in slideshow form and skip to the slide because we still see the first slide.
oh, okay. Let me go back. Hold on, stand by. How about now? Still the first slide?
Yeah, I still see it.
Has it changed yet? No?
Nope.
Okay, stand by. Okay, let me stop sharing and then let me reload this in a different side. All right. Then what are you able to see?
Just us two, just our screens. Don't
Okay.
see your screen with the
All
PowerPoint.
right, very good. Let me try it again and hit the share button. Let's see, stand by. Stand by. Share. Okay, let's try it again here. All right. Are you able to see anything now?
Yep, it says topics will include.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. This is what we just went over. Let's see. Has it changed?
Not yet.
No, still hasn't changed. Interesting. Okay, stand by.
If you don't mind going up to the top of the bar where it says slideshow.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Hold on, stand by. Let me get back to the WebEx.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back on the WebEx screen.
Okay. Now, at the bottom of this screen where it says share, hit that for me, and then hit the actual screen where your PowerPoint is.
Okay.
And then it should give you an option that highlights that says share.
Stand fast. Okay. Share screen. Yes. And at the top it says Microsoft Edge tab, window, and entire screen.
Share whichever screen your PowerPoint is on, if that's on Microsoft Edge or the PowerPoint itself.
Okay. Interesting. That's what I did is sharing. Let's click share, window, share. So now you see all of it, correct?
Yes. Now, if you don't mind,
Mm-hmm.
at the top of this program where it says home and insert and draw,
Mm-hmm.
If you go over to slideshow,
Okay. Click slideshow.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
and then click from current slide.
Okay, just click that. What are you guys seeing now?
Might be slow on my end, but I'm seeing the agenda slide.
Okay. Let me see if it changes. Does it change?
It doesn't. So what you can do while we're actually in this format is when
Mm-hmm.
you go to the next slide, just press the down button or click the actual next slide.
Okay. I'm not sure if I'm seeing what you're seeing right now. It's still
Right
not
now,
changing.
no, right now we see just your computer screen,
Okay.
but it says the agenda. What is entrepreneur? And right now you just changed it to the second one, so we're good right now. And it says about Boots to Business.
Okay. Okay. Now, does it show the what is entrepreneurship slide?
Yes. So if you continue in the path that you're going, this is perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
Now you
Then.
can see it now. Thank
All
you.
right. Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate it. So we're looking at what is entrepreneurship, and I appreciate you letting me know. And if in the future as I advance the slides, if something's not showing, let me know.
Sounds
Thank you.
good.
So what is entrepreneurship? The idea behind entrepreneurship is you're organizing, managing, or assuming the risk of a business. Entrepreneurship is a way of thinking, its approach to work and life. Um, let's see. All right. Are we on the Let's Talk screen?
Yes, let's talk.
Okay. So let's talk for just a moment. Let's see here. Come on. There we go. So when you think about it, what makes a successful entrepreneur? And I know folks may not be able to unmute or not, but when you think about what makes a successful entrepreneur, and can people be taught to be entrepreneurs? These are the two highlights that I want to bring out. Is because what makes for a successful entrepreneur is someone who has a passion or a desire to create something of their own. And so that's why folks that uh, go into entrepreneurship have this desire, this passion to own their own business, because you cannot be taught how to be an entrepreneur. You can be taught the principles and the concepts of business, but no one can teach you passion. And that's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. I don't know if the slide is showing up with veterans and business ownership, if you can see that.
Yes, it's showing us the slide with some of your organizations that you work with.
Okay. One of the things I want to highlight about this particular slide is that all of these businesses that are now large businesses, FedEx, Nike, Waffle House, Walmart, these were all started by veterans. And the key on this is that they didn't start off as large businesses. They all started off as small businesses. And the reason why that's important is because when you go from veterans to business ownership, veterans, we have that skill set to become entrepreneurs. And what are some of those skill sets? We need to be mission focused, team management. We learned all of this in basic training. You learn how to be a problem solver, critical thinking, resilience, persistence. These are the passions that drive entrepreneurs to be successful. And this next particular slide just simply deals with veterans to business ownership. 5.2% total percentage of businesses in the US are owned by veterans. $192 billion of total wages are paid by veteran and veteran-owned businesses each year. Veterans make up a large component when it comes to the small business sector because we're so passion driven and mission driven. We know how to complete a mission. So briefly, let's take a look at some different paths to business ownership. Now, there are various paths to business ownership. None of these are right or wrong. It's just which path you decide to take or which path works best for you. So generally, new business ownership takes one of the following forms. Either it's a new business creation, it can be a nonprofit, a social venture. Um, you can be purchasing an existing business. Um, Employee to ownership. Then there's family business through succession. And then there's franchising that also takes place. Now, if you go this particular path, new business creation, that's when you have your own idea. That is, it didn't exist until you started this business. Higher risk, but there's also higher reward. It gives you the greatest amount of control. Then one of the things to keep in mind, the lifestyle implications with owning your own business, is that it's like being married. Now, if you're married, okay, we know all marriages don't work. Some marriages end in divorce, but the goal when you get married is to stay married. So, same thing or similarly with your business, the goal is to grow your business. Then there's another opportunity that's available. Let's see if this one shows here. And that is purchasing an existing business. That's another path to business ownership. Now, when you actually take the course, we go into much more detail. I'm just giving you highlights of this right now, but research, research, research. Because when you purchase an existing business, you're inheriting both the good and the bad. Let's say, for example, if you opened up a business selling donuts on the 13th corner of 13th and Elm, and there were three other businesses there, and you purchased this business, and you always wanted to sell donuts on 13th and Elm, there may be a reason that other businesses failed. So make sure you do research. And if businesses were successful, there may be reason for that as well. So research, research, research. That is always important. Can't emphasize that enough. And if you're looking at starting a business, another path to business ownership is family businesses. Um, just keep in mind that family history intersects with business history. Change can be difficult to implement because if my dad did it this way or my mom did it this way for all these years, and then you want to come in and bring change, there may be some challenges there. So it could be more of a burden than a business. So just keep those things in mind when you start looking at family businesses. That's just another option. Then, of course, there is franchising. We offer a whole nother course on franchising. If you're interested in going into that, there are different things that you need to know about franchising. There are pros and cons when it comes to franchising. There are advantages and disadvantages. Um, One of the advantages is that it's a proven idea. That's a major advantage to franchising. It's a recognized brand. Training is available. But be aware that there are royalties, there are fees that you have to pay. And one of the things about franchising that is an advantage to those of us with a military background is that most franchises have standard operating procedures that they follow in order for those businesses to be successful. And we're used to following rules and regulations, so that's not much of a concern for us as much. So it's something to keep in mind if you decide to use that particular path. So here's some things you need to keep in mind before you make money. Think about making a meaning. Look to solve a problem or alleviate a pain. Your business should solve a problem. It could be big, it could be small, it could be serving an underserved community. Do something that you feel strongly about. I'm working with a client right now that is looking at opening up a roller skating rink because in the community that they live in, there used to be a roller skating rink. It helped keep young people off the streets. It helped get families involved. And so they're looking at opening up a roller skating rink because they wanted to make meaning. And then, of course, money will follow, but do something you feel strongly about. Now, some key takeaways that I want to leave you with. And then if you have any questions, comments, or rude remarks, we'll take those as well. And then I'll go a little more detail about some information that you need to know before we move forward and close out. Um, Use what you've learned in the military, your traits, your skills. Everybody goes through basic training in the military. And if nothing else, you've learned tenacity. You learn how to overcome obstacles. Understand that each form of business ownership is different, but there's no one is better or worse than the other. It just depends on what you want. And again, can't emphasize this enough. Research, research, research. And then ride the wave of veteran entrepreneurship in this country and look to solve a problem and alleviate a pain. Now, I want to leave my information with you. I'm the director for the state of Illinois. It's Keith S. Murphy. I cover Illinois and Minnesota. I can be reached at kmurphy@wwbic.com. That's kmurphy@WWBIC. That stands for Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative Corporation. We are the host organization, and we cover a tri-state area. So if you're a veteran in any one of those states, and particularly here in Illinois, if you need any more information, you can reach out to the DCEO, you can reach out to Markel, you can reach out to myself, and we'll be there to assist you if you're interested in starting or growing your own small business. Now, before I leave, I want you to know that when you come to the VBOC program, if there's an area that we are able to assist you with, part of what we do is point you in the right direction to a resource provider who can provide you with those resources. So one of the things I want you to think about is think of us as a one-stop shop. If you're thinking about starting or if you own your own business and you need assistance and you have difficulty reaching government agencies, such as the Small Business Administration. Right now, of course, there's a government shutdown, so I'm able to help a lot of folks because by us being a nonprofit and running the program, we're not covered by those same stipulations. So we're still up and running and still here to help you. So questions, comments, rude remarks, I'll wait for you.
Absolutely.
And then if you need to put anything in the chat, we'll be here to take those questions. And again, I want to thank Markel and the DCO for the opportunity to share some information with you about the VBOC, Veteran Business Outreach Center program. Again, I'm Keith Murphy, VBOC Director for the state of Illinois. And at this time, I'll stop sharing and I'll take any questions or comments.
And thank you so much, Keith,
yes,
for
sir.
all your support and encouragement and advice and information that was given. We do have a couple of questions from some of the attendees here that I'll go through and we can answer. There are about 3 of them. The first one is, what would be ideal industries for veterans to go into?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know if I could say there's an ideal industry that you can go into. The industry that you go into would have to be the industry that you have a passion in. So it varies from individual to individual. A lot of individuals right now that I happen to be working with happen to be going into a lot of folks I'm dealing with going to a trucking industry. And that's simply because a lot of those folks, and when they were in the military service, they actually worked in transportation. So it was a natural fit for them. So it really depends on, it's kind of like we used to say in Alabama, it's depends on what you're interested in, what your passion is.
Yes.
Great question. Next question. Yes.
And part 2 is actually similar to that. Can you elaborate on the skills that you talked about learning in the service and how that relates to being a business owner?
Yes. One of the primary skills that translates or transfers from what we've learned in the military into business ownership, as I touched on earlier, is that we know how to complete a mission. And when you're a business owner, it's not 9 to 5. It's until the job is done. You may get a call 3 in the morning. You may get a call. It's 7 days a week. I think one of the best ways to describe business ownership is I was talking to an individual the other day, and what they shared with me is they said, you know, I've been having my business now owner for 20 years. And they said, when I went into it, I thought it was going to be like a Disney movie, you know, and everything's going to go well, happy ending. He said it was more like a horror movie because, you know, things you didn't expect to happen. Think about this. And I'll make a long story short. You just opened a restaurant, need foot traffic to be successful. It's 2019. COVID hits. You've got the money, you've got the business, where are the people? So, yeah. But because they have passion and that tenacity, they were able to stick it out, hold it out until they were able to become more successful again. Great question.
Yes. The last question from one of our attendees, where can we sign up for the boots or reboots to business workshops?
Okay, excellent. Have them email me at kmurphy@WWBIC. That's Whiskey Bravo India Charlie for us military folks. .com. kmurphy@WWBIC.com. And then I can give you all the information, show you how to get registered, show you how the courses work, and any counseling and coaching you need. I'll be there for you. Great questions.
Thank you so much, Keith. Those are all the questions that we have in the chat. Thank you for all those who attended. To get more information on how you can be supported from Wisconsin Women's Business Development and Corporation Initiative. Again, Keith Murphy's email is in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to him with other further questions. Again, thank you all so much for joining us this week for our 3-day webinar series. Again, happy National Veteran Small Business Week to all of our veterans out there. Thank you all for your service to our country and to our community and ecosystem of small businesses. Until next time, have a good one, and thank you all.
Thanks, Latasha. Appreciate you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.